So me and Jay kind of had a conversation offline about this, and he brought up a good point to where the successful rate of men cheating versus not cheating is just it's getting down to like 0%, meaning basically that all men are pretty much going to cheat on their wives or relationships or significant others, however you want to call them. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Let's Rap podcast. This is episode 15, and I'm your host, Philosophical.
And I am your co-host, Jay Echo. What's good?
Yo, what's up, everybody? I first want to thank Jamie Woods. We were kind of on his live show earlier. I really appreciate his inviting us both on there. You guys also go give him a shout out at
Very
Mr. At Mr. Underscore Woods 83. 93. I'm sorry. Mr. Underscore Woods 93. Sorry about that. And pretty much, you guys like and subscribe to his page, which is also the same title, Mr. Underscore Woods 93, and also our pages, Let's Rap. Today, we're going to be talking about it. It's been a long week. Kind of a long / bad week for celebrities, actually.
It's been a long / bad week for a lot of people, but
yeah, that too. Pretty much in regards to Derek Jackson, a guy who for years now was kind of speaking kind of a relationship advice to the ladies, and I've heard, the guru of all dating advice on different topics, all types of different topics on, if you do this, you do that, if he's doing this, you don't need to be with him. And he kind of built his fan base and his following on that. And then last week it was rumored, and those rumors turned out to be true, that he was cheating on his wife. And, there are other rumors stating that he may have got the side chick pregnant. I don't know how true that is. Hopefully you guys in the comments and feedback will verify that for me. I guess that's still kind of up in the air. But when I first heard about this news, I was like, first, I didn't know he was married. Secondly, I thought it was a rumor because I was saying, well, maybe this isn't true. And then I had saw some statuses he put out that he was going to get on live and kind of address the rumors and stuff like that. Then he gets on live and he gets up there with the wife.
Yep.
And, the whole thing to me was kind of, I understand you got to do damage control and all that stuff and protect your brand. I get that part.
She was dressed like she was going to Fallujah, man. Like, I don't.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to get to next, is that no one's really talking about, like, the whole situation as far as, he's apologized, she forgiven him. They're talking about how there are all types of memes on how she looked on there. And then there was
we'll go into it. We'll get into it.
Yeah, and then there were pictures as far as, what she really looked like, and all these pictures of people kind of saying, hey, if I was married to her, I would cheat on her also. So this is my thing on this. I'll get to my point in a second, but then there were other celebrities like A-Rod and Jennifer Lopez. That's more of rumors of he purposely kind of cheated on her, and the pictures going around he was with another woman, and then there's the Quavo and Saweetie situation, and then there's the Gary Owens and his wife situation. These situations have multiple things in common. The fact that one, a lot of money, you know, uh, two, money doesn't buy you happiness.
Mm,
This is a clear example of that.
yeah.
Three, uh, this is a situation where these people have been married for years and years and years, and and cheating. Um, so me and Jay kind of had a conversation offline about this, and he brought up a good point to where uh, the successful rate of men cheating versus not cheating is just it's getting down to like 0%, meaning basically that all men are pretty much going to cheat on their wives or relationships or significant others, however you want to call them.
I mean, we are undefeated in terms of like, look, now I'm obviously being hyperbolic and stuff like that. I know there are men who don't cheat and all that sort of stuff, but at this point, I think we can just safely say that, if you have money and you also have opportunity, the likelihood that you are going to cheat is very high.
Well, I don't know how serious Jay is taking that, but
That part of it, I'm taking seriously. Like
well,
money
well,
and
well, well,
opportunity, yeah, there's a higher likelihood that you are going to cheat.
well, look. Just because you have a lot of money does not take out the standards of a marriage slash
I
relationship.
understand that. I'm not saying that.
First of all, I think this is a perfect example to say these celebrities we just spoke about, especially with the Derek Jackson. I'll start there.
Mhm.
When you kind of go, and part of it is in relation to what we do.
Mm.
When you kind of go into a realm of telling people how to kind of make decisions, giving people relationship slash marriage advice. To me, in my opinion, based off of watching a couple of his videos, he was kind of encouraging the cancel culture, meaning, hey, if this person's not like this, then you need to drop them. So when you kind of go into that realm of that type of space, and then you turn around and do the complete opposite of what you were doing, what you were saying or preaching, uh, these are the responses from like Jay, and also probably the million other women out there that are single are saying like, we the men just can't take a W here,
No, we
you
can't.
know, because celebrities have a lot of money, but the standards don't change other than the bank accounts.
Mhm.
This is a perfect example of the fact that celebrity celebrities' lives are under a little bit more of a microscope than the average person like me.
Mhm.
It's very easy to get people in your life when you're high profile like that.
Yeah.
You got women sliding in your DMs, you got women sliding in your messages, emails, all of that. When you're a public figure like that, it's just so easy for anybody to just slide in your DMs. It's easy.
Tootsie slide.
Yeah, yeah. And the fact that because they didn't make the right decisions as a man, it's very now. I'm not condoning the sneak around or anything like that. I'm just stating the obvious in this type of situation is the fact that they're in their DMs, and all it takes is one response, and next thing you know, that person can put you on the internet and get done for. And this tells me that this is something that I see that when men, we as fellas, we get a certain amount of attention from outside factors other than our significant others. It brings a sense of like nervousness. It brings a sense of like, man, these people are giving me attention I'm not getting at home. And because you're not communicating with your significant other, not making, and I'm not making any excuses at all. So I don't want people to think I'm making excuses. But because you're not getting that attention at home, and you're not communicating that attention, and you're not like in a mindset to say, to separate your business, your brand from your personal life. You know what I mean? Like the man comes out of you and it's like, man, these DMs, the attention I'm getting is not what I'm getting at home. And these women are just praying. They are praying. I'm not even trying to bash on the women here because it's not. I mean, it's the women play a role, but at the same time, we've been preaching that it's reactionary. It's how you react.
Mhm.
Now, if they're in your DMs and your emails about business opportunities, interviews, hey, I like to be on your show, and as a presenter or guest, that's different. Anything else outside of that, you know what I mean? It's down. It's borderline disrespectful. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
this seems to be hit home to a lot of people because a lot of ladies were looking at this guy for advice, and he was man bashing a lot of fellas, and he was turning around doing the same thing to 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 his wife.
Yeah, I mean, it's what's it called? One thing we consistently say is hold if you're we talk about double standards and we talk about accountability all the time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So you can't hold all these other people accountable and then hold yourself to a different standard, like pretend like you're above certain people. Because guess what? The second you start thinking you're better than somebody else, that's the second you trip and fall on your face. And it looks like that's what happened to OG.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he I mean, I guess I mean I can only assume, and I'm trying to be very careful with the way I word this because we're by no means on the same level as a Derek Jackson or anybody, but
correct.
we're
Yeah,
in a similar position.
yeah,
I can only assume that being a quote unquote subject matter expert breeds a certain amount of arrogance or hubris. You know, people are coming to you for information, for advice. So
yeah,
obviously it's like, oh, even if we don't necessarily think about it that way, it's like, oh, you're being elevated in some type of way, right?
yeah, yeah.
And
You're like a mentor.
exactly, and that
Yeah,
can easily go to your head and you start feeling like, "Oh, I'm that dude now." So obviously, I'm not susceptible to all of these other things, these or
standards. Yeah.
I'm not going to fall into some of the same situations that these people are falling into.
Hmm.
But then you let your guard down and you're on YouTube gripping your wife for dear life,
Yeah,
claiming
yeah,
that yeah, I messed up.
yeah, yeah. And at the end of this now, his brand is damaged. There's no, I mean, yeah, his wife will forgive him. He's gonna down the road potentially have a happy wife, happy home.
Mhm.
But his way of income right now is damaged. He
Uh,
is. People are not gonna. I mean, he can probably flip this in a controversial manner
yeah.
and maybe maybe release content in a controversial manner, according maybe be a little bit more personable.
I
But
feel like I
he's gonna
feel
have
like
to
he's
flip this and do
fine.
some serious. If I were him, I would be talking to the fellas.
I feel like he's gonna be fine because now all he really has to do is say to his audience, look, these same pitfalls that I was warning people about, they got me too. So
Yeah,
now for real, that what I'm talking about is serious.
yeah,
And these are some ways in which me and my wife are working to fix this situation. And
Oh,
now, instead of being the idiot who got put on blast despite being a relationship expert, quote unquote, he gets to practice what he preaches, so to speak, and work through a difficult situation in public with his wife.
now if
And
I
that
was him,
increases
I
his
would play this. Yeah, if I was him, I would play the smart role and maybe do a vlog with her. I would keep her in videos all the time. When he's sitting in the car giving advice, she right in that passenger seat.
with a
Something
gun
like
to
that.
his head. You better act right in this.
That's right. That's right. They better start a channel together. And you never know. They may get a reality show. Who knows?
They might. I hope not, because
Well, I
I don't
mean,
think reality TV needs to be increasing in scope or scale.
well, you'd be surprised. I mean, them reality shows are being increased on a daily to weekly to monthly basis.
That's just because they're easy to produce, and you don't have to do too much in terms of production. But
That's true. That's
that's a
true.
different conversation. But
Of course. So pretty much, you know, it's been a rough week for marriages slash relationships,
yeah, man.
and this is something that you got to be. We go back and say that this is about the mindset.
Hmm.
This is about you got to stay grounded, because I was actually thinking about this. I was running some errands, and I was like, it's tough. It's really tough sometimes. Just keeping your head grounded, and by all means, I'm a faithful guy. I'm a loyal guy, but I can imagine somebody like Derek Jackson, somebody like A Rod, somebody, well, maybe not Gary Owens, but somebody like Quavo. Uh, these guys are in the public eye every day, and I can't imagine them just having the same mindset to the fact that they're getting approached and tempted probably every hour of their life. You know what I'm saying? And you really, really got to be really careful to separate the business side of things, your brand, with the personal. You know what I mean? Just look at the situation with Cardi B and Offset. Every other week you're hearing about, him cheating, or rumors of cheating.
Mm.
And it's like it's continually becoming it's becoming very common now.
Hmm.
Very common. And why is that? It's because men, we're not talking, or we're not putting ourselves in a position to, as we've been talking about throughout this whole podcast, walking away from certain things.
We're not holding each other accountable.
We're not.
That's
We're
literally all of
not, because we're pushing people that hold us accountable away.
it.
I mean, even I'm pretty sure that these their wives, people, what wives and some ladies, and I would love to hear from the ladies, hold some of these men accountable for some of their actions and decisions. Do you agree with that?
That they are or are not holding them accountable.
I think it's a little bit of both. In certain situations, I think they do hold some men accountable.
Yep. I think I think there's a slight difference in. I mean, we're talking about the people we're talking about currently are people who I'm assuming, at least, I don't know what their bank accounts look like, but
Mhm.
who I'm assuming are in positions where they can afford whatever quote unquote accountability situation they're going to end up in, beyond like, oh, I'm divorcing you and I now have half of your assets, so to speak, right?
Okay. Okay.
So like a Gary Owens, this dude is in movies, he does comedy shows, all of this sort of stuff.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he's doing all right financially,
correct.
right? So his wife is now like, well, I want half that. Okay, that's and what's it called? I don't know what his wife does in terms of employment or anything like that, but
Hmm.
based on the lifestyle I assume that they have,
Hmm.
again, I don't know their actual lifestyle. That's spousal support. If they have kids together, that's child support. Like she's good for
Well, this is a situation where the decision he made, and
Mhm.
not even the decision he made, but in general, the decision, those type of exposures that happen to us, they affect the other person.
Yeah, they do.
She can't even go outside right now without hearing about her husband cheating on her.
Yeah, that's
So all over social media, it's all over social media.
yeah. I mean, so like that's why when I hear stuff like, oh, she's requesting several $1 million for things like emotional distress and stuff like that.
No, no,
It's
no.
like,
I don't agree with that. Come on now. No, 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 no,
no,
no,
no, no,
no.
no. Let me
No.
finish.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I can understand why it
No,
happened.
I can't
I can't
understand why.
agree with some of the amounts that they ask for. That part, but that's sort of a toss up. Like the amount of stuff you have to go through, like you said, now every time her name comes up, it's going to be associated with, oh, that's the lady that Gary Owens cheated on
Yeah.
for the
Well, maybe
for
not.
a
Maybe not.
while,
Maybe
and
not that situation because, well,
she's not that famous. But
well, Derek Jackson's wife wasn't that famous now, but because of who he is, I think there's a difference here. Because of who he is and what he does, I think the damage is pretty much more. I think this is more talked about because he's more popular in the social realms than
but
kind of.
regardless, the point of like how like when I hear stuff like that, I have no sympathy for the dude, or I
Oh
have
yeah, I know you've been saying that for
have
the longest.
yeah, I have no sympathy for the dude because it's like, yeah, you made the decision you made, and now she has to deal with the consequences. So if
Yeah,
she requests that you pay her for dealing with those consequences, I have a little bit less sympathy.
oh
Now,
yeah, oh yeah.
again,
I want to hear what you have sympathy for.
uh,
Ah,
I often say, take personal responsibility, and
yeah,
that. I mean, I'm not trying to say like people end up in bad situations. That's not what I'm trying to say. Like there are certain situations that, yeah, that's rough on all sides. There's no winner, yada yada yada. There are situations like that.
hmm hmm
Again, caveats all around.
hmm
I'm not talking about the dude who, he his relationship was abusive or whatever, and he found somebody who actually cares about him, and as one last dig at him, his wife asks for a divorce and takes half his stuff. That's not who I'm talking about.
hmm
I'm talking about the dude who is successful, living his best life, doing all
hmm
the things, and has somebody at home who loves him and still makes the decision that, oh, despite all of this stuff, I'm still going to be unfaithful. I'm still going to step out on you. All of those things. There has to be a consequence.
yeah,
There
yeah.
has to be.
So give
But
your go ahead.
what's it called? But at the same time, sometimes the consequence isn't scalable, I
Yeah,
guess, is what I'm saying.
it's different strokes for different folks.
Hmm.
It's just crazy and it's sad that not condoning what he did, but at the same time this is just another. It's almost like this is what's expected out of men, unfortunately, in society.
Yeah, I mean, and this is why I said it a while ago. It hasn't really come up again, but this is why I said, yeah, marriage is also a business decision because
It depends who the people are.
yeah, it depends who the people are, but the business is a part of it, especially if you are somebody who's successful or in the public eye or all of that stuff.
Yep.
Because at that point, you are asking that person to become a part of your brand, basically.
Yep. Yep.
So the second you do that, you've made them a partner in your business, basically.
So kind of give your final thoughts on it, man. I don't know what you kind of feel on the whole, situation.
Here's what I'll say. If you are going to be in a public position and you know good and well that you have no desire to be faithful, then stop getting married.
What if you're already married?
If you're already married and then you blow up, you better talk to your person real early about what's it called? Like this is part of those difficult conversations we're talking about having with people. Like, hey, look, I have dreams and aspirations, but I am also a realist. This may not work out. And I know nobody wants to think about that during the honeymoon phase of a relationship or whatever the case may be. But it's real. People change, situations change, life changes. You don't and especially if you are somebody who intends to strive for wealth or fame or whatever the case may be, you have to give serious consideration to things like prenuptial agreements, to things like to things like, what's my what's it called, inheritance situation going to be, what's, am I setting aside money for like if for a lawyer if situations go terribly wrong, like all of that sort of stuff. That's stuff you have to take into account. I know it's not fun stuff, but at this point we're talking to people who are trying to become high valued individuals, right? And if you plan on being a person of high value, that means you have to prepare for all types of situations. And divorce is a situation.
Yeah.
Infidelity is a situation.
Yeah.
Medical emergencies are a situation. Like you have to take all of this stuff into account. And like I said, it's not fun. It's not something people might want to think about, especially when they're just out here trying to pursue success. The idea of potential failure seems counterintuitive, but you gotta make sure you're covered. You gotta take care of yourself.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. So, really appreciate y'all being here with us. This has been a long journey again, and being able to talk about things like this, we really appreciate it. Um, we got a couple different things coming down the pipeline.
Yep.
Also, some new segments coming. The drop off first episode is up. Also, the echo chamber is also up.
First episode.
Yeah, first episode. I'm pretty sure, we're planning some other topics there.
Yeah.
Like I said, also like and subscribe our YouTube page, which is Let's Rap. Twitter is Let's Rap 2, and then Instagram is Let's Rap _.
Yeah.
Give us a follow. And really appreciate you guys on this journey with us. And see you on the next one. Peace.
Take it easy, y'all.